Hi, my name is Yvette Utrera, and I'm going to give you some information about the Hiberno English. So let's start with the presentation. Now, we know here I'm going to talk about this specific variety of English. We know that English is spoken all around the world, but we are going to focus on this variety. So what is Hiberno English? This variety of English, it is spoken in Ireland, mainly in the Republic of Ireland and also in Northern Ireland. It is spoken by around 6.6 million people. Okay, it is also known as the Irish English. Of course, it has some influence from Irish, from the original Irish. The original Irish language is a language that is spoken by some people here in Ireland and also in Northern Ireland. And now, the origin of this variety comes from, we know that English was introduced after the Norman invasion, and well, the mixture of this Irish Gaelic and the English language resulted on this variety. Okay. Now, according to Cacru's model, this variety of English can be placed in the inner circle. We have this model has, proposes three different circles. That is the inner circle, the outer circle, and the expanding circle. This variety is in the inner circle, in which there are some other places or countries where English is the mother tongue. Okay. Also, we have another model for the word Englishes, and that is the MERS model. And on the other hand, a MERS model, well, similar to Cacru's model also, we have this other categorization that is the central variety, specifically the standard English. The Hiberno English or Irish English is placed into this category, as well as the Australian English, the Jamaican English. Also, there are also in the inner circle in Cacru's model. Okay. Then we have some linguistic features that we can find in this variety. Of course, we have the vocabulary. The vocabulary in this variety is very influenced by the Irish language. For example, we have the word crack, that is this one that we have here, that it can be a synonym of fun. So we can hear some phrases like let's go to party and have some crack. Okay. Galore is another word that it means a lot or many. Also, we have the word grand, that is a synonym for fine and good. So you can answer to the question, hi, how are you? And you can say grand. It means that you are fine, you are good. Okay. Also, the word sound, that it is an adjective that it is used as the same meaning, with the same meaning as nice. And one important phrase, that is the jacks. The jacks refers to the bathroom, so it can be very useful if you are in Ireland sometime. Another linguistic feature of this variety of English is the morphological features. For example, they use the word after as a synonym or to express that something has just been done or something just happened. Okay. For example, in the phrase "I'm only after dinner" is something like "I just had dinner." Okay, it's something very recent. Or the other expression that it says, "You'll never believe what I'm after hearing." It's just you'll never believe what I just heard. Okay. Another example of the morphological feature is the combination of these two prepositions, for and to. We know that in like American English, let's say, we either use for or use to. based with a specific form of the verb, but here in the Irish English, it's very common to listen to this combination of word and to, followed by the verb in base form. For example, I went to Dublin for to buy a car, and we need some apples for to make the pie. Okay. And some other important linguistic features are of course, the phonological features. There is something that is called the rhoticity, that is it refers to the it has to do with the pronunciation of the letter R. We know like that in American, for example, American English, um, and the R is pronounced mostly at all times and whenever it appears in a word, compared to the British English where they don't pronounce the R in all the time. Okay, we know that there are some words that they don't pronounce it, like in the word mother, they don't pronounce the R. But one specific characteristic of the Irish English is it is that it is pronounced, the R, it is pronounced in all the words that it appears. Okay, also the TH sound, that is also called the TH stopping. This means that the TH combination sometimes sounds like a T or sometimes sounds like a T. Okay, so it depends. For example, we have the word free, that you know, like in American English is the TH. It is pronounced differently to the T, but in Irish it will be tree. Okay, just like the number. And this other word, this, that in Irish will be something more like this. Okay. And now implications of this variety of English into the society and other political aspects. Well, this variety of English, of course, represents or reflects the Irish identity and also the resilience to adapt to all the changes, to to conquer everything that they has been part of their history. In the past, it might have been stigmatized, but now it's a cultural emblem. And also, it is part of the everyday communication. It shapes communication, it shapes humor, and also storytelling. Okay, and some Irish, well, some, I think, the popular impact that we can see mainly in the entertainment. For example, we have these Derry Girls, that is a TV show. It exposes like the Irish life. Also, the Banshee of Inisherin, it is a movie that is also based on an Irish story. James Joyce, this famous writer, also was Irish. And Husser, from the Cranberries, he was an Irish person. Okay, so that's everything for now. So thank you. Well, in summary, I was forgetting about the summary. The Hiberno English is a very dynamic English variety. It is full of history, it is full of culture also, and identity. And it's also like a representation of post-colonial adaptation. Okay, that's everything. And thank you for listening and watching.